if you ask everybody, nationally, Joe Lenardi, all those big guys, they believe Oklahoma, the 9th seed in this thing, the Big 12 championships, that is, Big 12 conference championships, are in. But if they officially want to be in, what could help is actually winning this thing. Won't be easy because Oklahoma's bracket looks like this. The 1 seed, Kansas Jayhawks. The 4th seed, the other team from Kansas, the Kansas State Wildcats. The 5 seed, the Horned Frogs of TCU. The 8th seed, the Mighty Aggies of Oklahoma State that just swept Kansas, by the way. Congratulations, guys. And our beloved Oklahoma Sooners, the 9th seed. That's the bracket that you're dealt. We'll preview the Big 12 championship bracket for Oklahoma next. Boomer Sooner 1982. Don't go away. Everybody, my name's Harry James. Alright, here's what it is. Here's what you got to do if you want to get into the championships, Oklahoma. You got to take down one of those Kansas teams. We'll start with University of Kansas, the Jayhawks, the defending Big 12 champions in the regular season. Again, 24-7, 13-5 in Big 12 play. Their best win this year is against the number 2 team in this conference, Texas Tech. Beat them by a field goal, 74-72 in Lubbock. The head coach of the Kansas Jayhawks, Bill Self, a 1993 graduate from Oklahoma State University, and is in his 15th year in charge of the rock chalk of the Jayhawk. Helping add some chalk to the Hawks, number 4, Devontae Graham, and number 10, Savia Mikhailuk. We'll start with 4, Devontae Graham, averaging this year 17.7 points per ball game for the Hawks, while averaging 4.1 boards and 7.2 rebounds per ball game for the Jayhawks of Kansas. While the defending champs also have number 10, Savia Mikhailuk, averaging 15.6 points per ball game, 5.1 boards, and 2.8 assists per ball game for the Jayhawks of Kansas. Kansas will also could have to mess with their rival, Kansas State and the Wildcats. 21-10, 10-8 in Big 12 play. Their best win this year is against TCU, a 73-68 victory in Manhattan. Their head coach is Bruce Weber, 1978 grad from the University of Milwaukee, and is in his 6th year in charge of the Wildcats of Kansas State. Helping get Kansas State back where they want to be and where a lot of fans think they need to be is all up to the hands of number 5, Barry Brown Jr., and number 32, Dean Wade. We'll start with 5, Barry Brown Jr., averaging 16.6 points per ball game this year for Kansas, 3.1 boards, and 3.4 assists per ball game for the Wildcats of Kansas. While they also had number 32, Dean Wade, 16.4 points per ball game is what he averages, 6.4 boards, and 2.9 assists per ball game for the Wildcats of Kansas. Let's now go to TCU. They're the 5th seed, 21-10, 9-9 in Big 12 play. West Virginia is the best win that they have, They had that one in Fort Worth, 82-73. Their head coach is Jamie Dixon, a alma mater of TCU in 1987, and is in his second year at his alma mater. So, Jamie Dixon's a former player. What about the current players that are pretty good? Well, they have number 10, Vladimir Brodinsky, and number 34, Kendrick Williams. We'll start with the big guy. Number 10, Vladimir Brodinsky, averaging 15.1 points per ball game, 4.9 boards, and 1.1 assists per ball game for the Frogs of TCU. While number 34, Kendrick Williams, averages 13.0 points per ball game, 9.3 boards, and 4.1 assists per ball game for the Frogs of TCU. The playing game for the Big 12 on this half of the bracket is number 8, Oklahoma State, and number 9, Oklahoma. We'll start with the Aggies of Oklahoma State. The 8th seed, 18-13, 10-8 in Big 12 play. Their best win's got to be that one that helped them sweep Kansas, right? Last night, got a big win over them, 80-64 in the Gallagher-Iba Arena. Their head coach is Mike Boykin, 2004 graduate from South Carolina, and is in his first year with the Aggies of Oklahoma State. Helping Oklahoma State try to beat out my Sooners and try to beat Kansas again won't be easy. But it gets a lot easier with number 30, Jeffrey Carroll, and number 1, Kendall Smith, both on your team. Number 30, Jeffrey Carroll, averages 15.3 points per ball game, 6.0 rebounds, and 1.7 assists per ball game for the Aggies of Oklahoma State. While the Cowboys also have number 1, Kendall Smith, averaging 16.4 points per ball game, 6.4 boards, and 2.9 assists per ball game for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And the 9th seed. Finally, we're here, boys. Who would have thunk this at the beginning of the year? This was supposed to be a team that was supposed to be contending for the championship, not for 9th place in the conference for the Oklahoma Sooners. 18-12, 8-10 in Big 12 play. Of course, one of the reasons why I say this is we were supposed to be, because we did beat Kansas earlier this year. We did 85-80 over the Kansas Jayhawks in Norman. Their head coach is Alon Kruger, a 1974 grad from Kansas State University, and is in his 7th year in charge of Oklahoma. Scoring leaders for Oklahoma this year. Probably the only time that we're going to be able to say this. You might be able to say it again if we get to the big dance. But number 11, Trae Young. And number 0, Christian James. Both average double figures. Number 11, Trae Young first. Averaging. You ready for this, boys and girls? 27.5 points per ball game. 3.9 boards and 8.9 assists per ball game for the freshman of the year in the Big 12, Trae Young. Helping him keep composed out there, number 0, Christian James. 12.5 points per ball game for the Sooners, averaging. Also 4.3 boards and 1.4 assists per ball game for the Sooners of Oklahoma. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have fun in Kansas City, guys, if you're heading out there. You can catch this and all my other videos on YouTube, Boomer Sooner 1982. Also on my Facebook page, Harry James Taylor, or they're on my Twitter, @HypeManHarry. All right, guys. The bracket for Oklahoma, one final time. 1, Kansas. 4, Kansas State. 5, TCU. 8, Oklahoma State. And 9, Oklahoma. Thanks for watching, everybody, and Boomer Sooner. See y'all on the flip side. I'm out of here. See ya.